Hello, friends and students. It's spring break. I hope you're all enjoying the time off school. But at Game of Apps, we still keep going, and today we have another coding challenge for you. So I'm going to pass this time over now to Ronald.
Welcome to another week of Dev Challenges. Last week's problem might have been a little bit too hard. So this week we have a new problem that should be a little bit easier. The critique for last week should be going up shortly if it's not up already. Make sure to check that one out because it's quite interesting to see all the different approaches many of you took. None of you were quite the same, and most of you got to the right answer despite those differences. So make sure you take a look and really try to see how each of you approach the problem differently and to try to learn something from that. This week's problem is similar to the stock market. So you are given an array of numbers and you are a robber. So the array of numbers represents a row of houses in a circle. And the numbers in each array position represents the amount of money in each house. So what you need to do is go and figure out how to rob the house to get the maximum loot. Here's the catch. Each of the houses that you robbed are wired up such that if you choose to rob two adjacent houses, the police will be alerted. So what you need to do is to find the most efficient way such that you do not rob any two adjacent houses, but still maximize your profit. So let's go into some examples. So here we begin the example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the output is 8. One thing I forgot to mention is that the houses, because they're in a circle, means that the first and the last house is actually connected. So in this example, the output is 8 because 1, 3, 5 would have given you the max loot. However, if you robbed 1 and 5, then the police will be alerted. Therefore, you're left with robbing house 3 and house 5. All right, second input. You're given two numbers, so you just pick the larger of the two. The answer is 2. All right, next one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. So obviously when you go along, you want to rob probably the second house here. So the first 2. You can't rob the next one, but whether you rob the 4th or the 5th one, you'll still get 4. So it doesn't matter. The answer is 4. Now the last one. What if the houses were 1, 2, 1, 2, 5? Then the maximum profit you should be getting is by robbing house 2 and robbing house 5. And you skip the middle ones. Because if you just robbed house 2 and house 4, then the output is 4, but you're not maximizing your profit. Okay, so I left you a couple hints just in case the problem is still a little bit too hard. So as you approach this problem, what you want to do is break down the problem and forget about the fact that house 1 and the last house is connected. So solve the problem first as if they're disconnected, okay? After you find your algorithm, then you figure out the case where the first and the last house is connected and figure out which profit to take. Okay? One of you asked if you needed recursion last week. The answer is no, you don't need recursion in this week's solution either, but you're welcome to use that if it helps you. Lastly, between Wilbur and I, we actually approached the problem quite differently. So there's no two identical answers possible. There might be multiple. So one answer might not be better than the other. But what is important is that because we do give you the input and you can see all the inputs, this is actually easier for you because you can spend the time to verify what the max profit should be. And if you're submitting an answer that doesn't seem right, go back, check it over, and figure it out. Okay? Those are probably some of the common mistakes that I saw in the previous week. So if you're not getting to the right answer, try walking it through on a piece of paper and then going back to the program. Okay? Now, this week, because we're off and we are not doing this live, if you have any questions, leave it in the DevVol chat or send Wilbur, Roland, or I a message. We're happy to answer any questions. We will not give you the answers, but we're happy to answer any clarifications. Okay? Good luck. Have fun. And don't... hopefully this is not too hard for you.
Thank you, Ronald. So go ahead and please try the coding challenge. And if you have any issues or questions, please reach out to us through Slack and we'll be able to help you out that way. So again, enjoy your spring break and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.